Iverson was raised in Hampton, Virginia. In 1975, the newborn Allen and his 15-year-old mother, Anne, moved into his grandmother's house, located ironically on Jordan Drive. And from the moment she saw him, Anne knew her son's destiny.
In the hospital room, they bring this long, 22-inch long child whose arms past his kneecaps. And so I said, oh my goodness, I got me a ball player.
But it would be football that captivated Allen at first.
The word around the league was, everyone wanted to go see the Bethel JV play because they had this young little guy, about 5'6", who wasn't as big as a minute, but he was electrifying, made superb plays, both offensively and defensively, and played with his heart. And for a JV game to have maybe 100, 200 people at that time was relatively unheard of, but they would come to see him play.
The first time you saw him play, either football or basketball, you just said, wow, he was an entertainer, not just an athlete.
Allen Iverson with the stick, and it's incomplete.
He was All-State his junior year. He was the player of the year. Well, he was the best player on the field at all times.
I still say today he's the best football player I've ever seen play. He was the best quarterback.
Oh, man, what a nice throw.
He ran back the kickoffs. He ran back punts.
Moves to the inside. He's got this kind of quickness. He may go all the way. This is what happens, Allen Iverson.
He played running back.
You're just so elusive.
He did everything that you could think of on a football team.
One of the major college coaches said before there was a Michael Vick, there was an Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson ran our offense at Bethel probably with the same degree of excitement that Vick generated at Virginia Tech.
He had a knack for the big play.
At safety, in one game, he had 7 interceptions, which is a state record that still stands.
He could have played in the NFL. He could have been in the secondary. He returned punts, returned kicks.
He was a great kick returner. He was difficult to tackle.
He could have been an excellent football player along the lines of Deion Sanders. His kicking return ability was unequal in our league. People didn't even want to kick to him. In one game in particular, we were in a regional championship final game, and the opponents, Norcom, had scored a touchdown. Immediately after it, Allen got a walk by the sidelines, told his teammates, he said, we're going to score on this kickoff. And they kicked off to Allen. Allen caught about the 20-yard line. About 8 seconds later, it was a touchdown for Bethel. And, of course, we went on to win it. And he said, I told you that's what we're going to do. Later that year, when I had a chance to meet with those coaches, they said, we didn't want to kick to Allen, but the kids talked us into it and said, one guy can't beat us. But lo and behold, this one young man did.
It appeared to me he had this insatiable desire to just win at all costs. He wanted to win every game. He wanted to catch every pass. He wanted to make sure that his team won.
And she said, well, your coach is on his way. He's coming to pick you up, and you're going. I cried all the way out the door. Always looked up to my mom, like she was the one that told me I could be anything that I wanted to be. And I believed it.
At Bethel High School, Allen blossomed into a two-sport star, a sensation from the hardwood to the gridiron.
Trailing 7-0 at the 15-yard line. Iverson moves to the inside. He's got this kind of quickness. He may go all the way. This is what happens. Allen Iverson has just returned the kickoff. The man can beat you so many different ways.
Somebody ought to map out his DNA. There's a gene in there that says, don't lose.
Feet on the right side for Pringle. Pringle's been put also by Iverson. Boy, he's fast. Iverson will take it in and lay it in.
He always kept you on the edge of your seat because you're just waiting for something new to happen.
On the alley-oop, there's the play you were looking for. Oh, Allen Iverson.
Allen's junior year will prove to be a revelation.
Iverson wants to pass, has some time, steps up and then throws, and Terrell has got it.
When it got to crunch time, Allen was the guy that said, all right, guys, I know you're looking at me to do it, and I'm going to do it. And he rose to that occasion.
High snap.
Allen led Bethel to the Virginia State Championship.
Drives Iverson back. Iverson will take it on the one hop, trying to get a block on the sideline. He does. He's down the sideline looking for one block. He may go. He will.
What do you got to say as a junior to come and win a state championship? It's got to feel pretty good.
I'm going to go get one in basketball now, that's all.
Okay.
Look out, folks!
A few months later, Allen did just that.
It's over! It's over!
Look outside, man. Well, we played hard. We wanted this, man. First one. Feel good. 2 states in a row. Allen Iverson. What can you say? Just watch the film.
Allen was named Virginia's football and basketball player of the year, but his life was about to change forever.